Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Week 8 call for the Amazing Race Leaders Retreat Challenge. And tonight, I am very excited to welcome to our Zoom call Diamond Ambassador Helen McFadden. I got to spend some time with her last week at Leaders Training for Jules, and it was really great stuff. And a lot of her belief came out in that training. So I'm real excited to hear what she has to say about belief tonight. So Helen, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me, and hello, everybody. I'm so excited. Are we most of us on the same time zone?
I think from what I can tell, most of us are. I think we have somebody on the East Coast.
Oh, awesome. I know. I love Zoom. Okay. Well, I'm super excited to talk to you guys tonight about belief because I know, it's not anything, what I might say tonight might not be anything new for a lot of you who have been in Plexus now for a while and heard from different leaders about belief. And obviously we know, it really is network marketing, Plexus, period, end of story. Like if you don't have belief, it's very hard to get through the tough days because we all know there's tough days in this business. We deal with people. We've had an incredible challenging 9 months behind us. Still kind of happening off and on, some issues and stuff. And so, your belief, we talk about the pillars of belief, and I wanted to talk just about that. Many of you maybe have already heard of it, but I was going to kind of elaborate and maybe just put a new spin on some things that just to kind of get you to think really about what happens when you have belief to your posture, which is everything in your business when you're out talking to people, even if you don't even know what you're going to say. If you're confident and you have belief, your posture will come through and people are much more likely to listen to what you have to say because more is caught than taught. We're kind of like our body language, the way we present ourselves is really huge because people have a choice on where they're going to, do business, and most people want to do business with very confident, positive people who have belief and passion in what they're doing. A little bit important language things when you're talking to prospects. So the 4 pillars of belief, if you haven't already heard this in Plexus, and we're supposed to be a 10 in all of them, and I always say you should be a 20 because why not be like just that hardcore in your belief? But that would be in the company, our products, our opportunity, and network marketing kind of overlapping with that, and then most importantly yourself. The company, what I just want to share with you is I had a very unique opportunity when I was brand new. I had started my business in September of 2012. Oh, look at that. You'll see all kinds of fun things on Zoom. She's like, honey, I love it. So it was January of 2013. So I'd only been in the company a few months. And I was a brand new senior gold. And I flew from Reno. There were no nonstop flights. So I had to connect through Los Angeles. But I flew to a Super Saturday, which then was only 2 hours. But I flew from LA to Phoenix to go to Super Saturday. Well, I got there the day before because Sheila Medina, who is my sponsor, or my upline, she told me, Helen, if you get there Friday, Alec Clark will give you a tour of home office. And I was like, what? I mean, I knew that he was our CMO at the time. Now he's obviously our president. And then she goes, and Tarl would love to meet you, like our CEO. Now, where I came from, I was in network marketing before. My company had 3 million beauty consultants. It was a cosmetic company. We could never even get our picture taken with the executives, right? I mean, it was like you had to win everything. And then even then, it was like, who knows, you'd stand in line for hours. So to be greeted at the door, I brought my brand new silver, who's now an Emerald Ambassador, but at the time she was a brand new silver, Carrie Sproutley, and we literally got a tour from Alec. We had a 30-minute meeting with Tarl in his office, and I just felt so blessed because I got to see and be around the owners of our company early on to feel their hearts. I have a pretty good discernment of character. I trusted Sheila. Obviously, I knew her for a long time before in our previous business, but she had said all these amazing things. But just to meet them in person, and they took the time to actually just talk to me. Alec brought me, gave us all this discontinued swag, and they were so nice. And so immediately, I just immediately saw the heart of this company and how dedicated they were and how they treated us as partners. They just looked us in the eye. They remembered us at every event. And since then, Alec has come and done 3 opportunity meetings in Reno, and he's come to my house and done like barbecues and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So I say all that to say, if your belief in this company isn't, and I'm just going to keep using the word or the number 20 instead of 10 because it needs to be like that insanely strong. You have to know and trust that they have our best interests at heart. And it might not always, if you've never met them and had conversations, you can hear all this stuff, but I'm just trying to look all of you in the eye and tell you that we have the most unique company ever. Like, it's not like I know all the other companies around, but I will just tell you, your belief in their judgment, their decisions, and all the new departments that have been created over the last year, the VPs we've hired. I was just with Trisha in dual training last week, had meetings with Chris Reed, our head of compliance, had like a 4-hour dinner with Marianne. Sheila and I, we went and had dinner with Tarl. Like, you all have to know we are headed in the right direction, and everyone wants to be a part of our company. We will never have a problem hiring quality, educated, experienced people because everyone wants to be a part of our company. The decisions we're making with compliance, Chris Reed came from a company that folded an MLM, and he's so about being overly cautious, and it might be frustrating for us, but y'all have to know truly, we are in this for the long haul. And we have another guy who does our videos now, Scott Flatt, and he said, just his first couple weeks on the job, he goes, Plexus is doing everything they need to be, because he came from that same company as Chris Reed, to be around for the long haul. So y'all need to be so excited and really think about, if you're going to go work somewhere for 10, 20 years, why not give it your all, knowing this company is here to stay. We are so confident that. My husband, I became a diamond 9 months after joining. My husband became an emerald a few months after that. And actually the month I went diamond, he flew his last trip as a flight attendant, and he is retired. We would have never had that happen if we didn't believe 1,000% in our company. So I really just want to impart that to you tonight, to really believe. I know it can be frustrating with back office issues, but you have to know their hands are tied with InfoTrax. They're doing everything that they can, and good things are coming along the way with that as well. So believe in the products. If you all don't believe in them by now, I want to tell you, stay in testimonies. I know those are on short supply, but obviously just in conversations, you all know if you're selling this product, if you're actively working the business, you yourself are taking them daily, we know how amazing and life-changing these products are. And here's what I tell my team all the time. When your feet hit the floor every morning, your mindset should be, I don't have to share Plexus. I get to share Plexus. God, just bring me the right people today who desperately want to try my products. I don't want to have to twist any arms, sell this product. I just want you to bring the right people in my path so I can be the messenger of these life-changing products. Your belief in that, truly, people, I know we've all gotten the text before, Plexus changed my life. Wait, if you haven't already gotten the one that says Plexus saved my life. I mean, we have bar none, the best health supplements in the world. And if you are not so excited, you got to share these products like people's life depend on them, because in some cases, it just might. So belief in the products needs to be a 20. And then belief in this opportunity. See, most people, the reason they have the health problems they do is oftentimes because of financial stress. And we can get so excited about the big bucks. Helen, what was your check and this and that? You know what? I'm blessed. Believe me, I'm abundantly blessed. And, we have more now than we would ever even need. But nothing fills my cup more than to have that new silver get her bonus, to see my new gold get suddenly a $600, $700, $800 consistent income, oftentimes quickly 4 digits, life-changing money. I had I did an opportunity event last year in Salt Lake City with Tarl and Carrie, the one who was with me when we got to meet Alec and Tarl when we were new. And I'll never forget, Tarl was so excited because our income chart had just come out. And he was talking about how silvers make an average of over $5,000 a year. And most people, you know, if they need to make an extra few $100 extra a month, they have to go get a job and another weekend schedule, weeknights, another boss, juggling it all and not being able to see their family. And most people do need that now because the average income in America is $28,000 a year. That is like between senior gold and ruby income. And he said, you know, what would $5,000 do for you? And I'll never forget, there was a lady kind of sitting up in the front, like second row on the right side of the room. She stood up, literally like tears. We were like, oh my gosh, like what's she going to say? Because it was like, it was toward the end of the night. She was so moved by everything, the testimonies. And she said, I could buy my family groceries. And I just remember that was such a pivotal moment for me because we can say all day long, you know, oh yeah, the business opportunity. But we all know that that is doable. See, in my old company, it was very hard for me to goal set with people because I myself, and I had 8 free cars, 2 of them pink Cadillacs. Now y'all know what company that was. But I had a lot of success in that company, but I never earned a trip. I remember my first pink Cadillac. Within the way our compensation plan was structured, within the third quarter, because it was based on production quarterly, I was making $700 car payments on that free car. So I had perspective about to kind of go back to that, like it was very hard for me to goal set with people when I myself couldn't reach my goals. And, you know, just people who wanted to make an extra couple $100. We used to do unit newsletters. We would recognize people who made $13, $25 in a month. It was the 4% club. And we get so spoiled in our business. We get frustrated, or we can get so like, oh my gosh, it's not happening. Y'all, if you're already profiting, I mean, my first Friday check, I joined on a Tuesday. The following Friday was $100. We couldn't even say the P word in my house until I started making money in Plexus because no one was happier when I got into network marketing more so than my husband. Well, within a week and a half, I was like running around my house going, Plexus, because I made $100. There was no investment. You guys have to know how amazing our comp plan is. But that was such a pivotal moment because I realized it is doable for somebody in their first couple months to make that extra grocery money that so many people are staying awake at night with insomnia because of stress on how they're going to save for their kids' college, retire. And I never want to get like numb to that information. Like I don't ever want to hear it all the time. And that's why it's so important to stay in activity and be sharing this opportunity because you will hear people's desires. Most people, they don't walk around with a passion. They don't know, they don't have hope. They don't know about an opportunity like Plexus. And we have to approach every single person as if this financial opportunity, we know the products are going to help them, but this financial opportunity could truly change their life. Do you all know on a bigger scale, for those of you who want to be jewels as diamonds, I can will my business to my children. And they will forever have this business. I don't retire and the company takes my income away. It's forever in my family. So from what you can offer people, from extra grocery money, being able to have relief at home, which changes the mood and the dynamics and everything about your house when you're no longer stressing about money. I lived it for years when my husband was working, to actually being able to offer somebody full-blown financial security for generations. It's really mind-blowing, and y'all need to really understand what we have, okay? If you don't already, I hope you get the memo tonight with me. And then belief in yourself. So belief in yourself goes without saying. And here's why it's so important. See, I probably am talking to most women here tonight. We are the worst, are we not? We look to the left, we look to the right. What's Trisha doing? What's Helen doing? I'm not as educated. She's cuter than me. On and on and on. Who cares? See, network marketing is the great equalizer. And we have diamonds in the company who have no high school education or a master's degree, a nutrition degree. Some have no network marketing experience. Some have network marketing experience. I mean, it doesn't matter, like all walks of life. What is the common thread? Now, I was blessed enough to be the second diamond in this company, so I've seen 100 diamonds come up the ranks the last couple of years. This has all happened within the last 3 years, and I've gotten to know a lot of them. What is the one common denominator? Is they believed that they could. And see, what happens when you believe you can, truly, like to your core, you can then give people permission to believe in themselves. Because again, more is caught than taught. So every single thing you do in your business, every thought you think, every word you say, and the words are going to be reflections of your thoughts, is going to either project belief or maybe tentative, like kind of a wavering belief, or doubt or fear. So what would change in our business if our belief was a 20 every single day? How would we show up differently for your team? I talk about posture, and how would you show up differently for when your belief is at 20 in all the things we just talked about, and then in yourself? How would you show up when somebody says, well, what do you do? What's plexus? When you believe so to the core in who you are, that God has put you in this opportunity for a reason, why not you? See, because for every circumstance you think why it can't be done, someone else is out there doing it with the same set of circumstances. Oftentimes, even harder circumstances. It's all up here. And so languaging, I want to share with you a conversation I had a couple days ago. I had one of my senior goals call me, and she said, Helen, I am so frustrated. And here's another reason why it's very important to have belief. Because you will have people around you with lacking in belief. And how are they going to get it back if you don't have enough to loan them? And it has to come from you, right? First, that owns that belief. So she was just telling me everything she's done. I meet with people, 2 to 3 people a week. I have coffees. I have 3-way calls. I'm constantly sharing the products. I'm constantly sharing the opportunity. And nobody is like, I'm just in this lull. It's like I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. And I know her well enough to know she is all in. Like, she's not just exaggerating. Like, she truly is all in and is going to be a jewel in this company, no doubt. So I asked her, I said, when you are meeting with these people, are you telling them you want them on your team? That you see something in them, like that you're going to the top. I know that because her husband's in the business too. Myself and my husband, is this what you're saying to them? We are going straight to the top of this company. We are looking for sharp people who just could bring so much to our team, because I see this in you and you would be amazing at this business. You might not see it, but I see it in you. Stuff like that. Are you saying things like that are you looking? Because I know she's a little bit more of a passive personality, and I appreciate that to a degree, in that she's not ever going to be pushy, but there's a huge difference between being passionate and assertive and confident and having that belief than being pushy. If you're worried about being pushy, I believe it's an excuse and it's a fear. Unless that's your personality and you feel like you've been told that, then you definitely need to take it down a few notches, because that maybe could be the case. But so often than not, then when people are so worried about being pushy, if you're that worried, I promise you're not coming across pushy. People want to do business. Like, think about if somebody said that to you, gosh, Trisha, I would love to have you on my team. You are amazing. Like, you're so smart. I've seen you with people. You would be so good at this, because we don't look for salespeople. We look for really people might not jump on board right away, but how many people walk around saying that to people? Like, people don't run around and say it to me, and so I say that to her, and it was like totally quiet. And if you've ever done coaching calls, you have to know, there's going to be awkward silence when you ask questions like that. And I didn't say a word, because literally seconds go by and she's not saying anything. So I almost said, are you there? And she goes, no, I don't. And see, here's the danger in that. When you are in a valley like that, when you're planting seeds and planting seeds and planting seeds, and you're not getting the yeses right away, like you could talk to 20 people and they're all like, okay, I'll check out your website, and they never do, or whatever. They're just all like, all over the place, not getting back with you. If your belief doesn't remain at 20, then you start every meeting that you go to have with these people, the next person, you're not going to come across bold and confident. It starts to erode. And so just know, if you're not in affirmations, if you struggle with this kind of thing, we are a walking, talking billboard for what we're doing. And that billboard has to be screaming, or that magnet for people to want to do business with you, because they have a choice. And so think about your languaging when when people say, it's kind of like the whole coaching thing. Well, okay, well, you're going to do great. Go out and hand out your trifolds this week, or make your post. Let me know how it goes. It's kind of like, are we doing that with our potential customers or ambassadors? If we're not taking charge, this business isn't accidental. Your success is going to be a result of everything you're learning and implementing to be that confident ambassador that learns how to close and learns how to just say, I understand if you want to sleep on it, but just know I would love to get in touch with you tomorrow and see where you're at. So I'm going to call you. That's not being pushy. That's just being like, I don't want it to be weird, so I'm going to call you. Great. And if you, whatever. I mean, I can't say it enough, because I go and work with people a lot, like face to face. There's a lot of value in that. If you have, it's hard to know talking to your team on the phone, like what exactly is the conversation. And so anyways, I could go on and on about this topic, but I promise you, if you are not showing up powerfully and learning to just have that boldness about you to let people know, I'm earning my Lexus. I'm going to Kona next year, and I'm looking for really sharp, amazing people to come along with me. And I thought of you. I met with you today. I want to tell you that. Try that for the next 5 people you talk to and see what happens. Let Trisha know, and Trisha will come tell me. Or if we're friends on Facebook, you can message me and tell me. But so much will change. And you know what? If all of them say no, what you haven't done is let them not believe more in you and your cause. You've planted a bigger seed, so to speak, and that they're going to be like, wow, that was really amazing. I wasn't expecting that. Like, she complimented me. She's so passionate. She's really going to the top. And you never know, they could bring you somebody because they're so impressed with your confidence and belief. Most people don't have that. Most people aren't going places, have a dream, speak boldly about it, have vision. Like, are you speaking your vision with your people, with your prospects? And are you speaking it with your team? If you have been telling, if you have a team, I don't care if you're a silver, gold, whatever, if you have a few people on your team and you have a big dream in this business, you better be sharing with them daily, and yourself, because you hear it yourself, and that buys more into your belief. So it's definitely something that needs to be worked on to the point where you can have those really, really bad days and it doesn't even faze you, because they are coming, right? We all know that. They're coming. We work with people, and people can be really, really crappy, right? For lack of a better word. And we have to just not let us be shaken to the core by anything. And so, Sonia and I, we just recently had a leader quit on our team. We've had 3, since we've been diamonds for the last 3 years, we have had 3 very, very challenging things that have come across our business, like really hard. We've gone backwards in points. We've lost team members. We've had people lie to us and leave for other companies. I mean, you name it, we've seen it all. And we are still here, and our belief is stronger than ever, because none of that stuff affects our dream, our family's paycheck, or our future. None of that, because our belief in ourselves and what this opportunity is. So I hope that helps you. I know I can ramble a lot, but I just really want you to think about how you're showing up with your team and your prospects. Are you being powerful and confident? And are people just going, gosh, I don't really know what Plexus is, but I want to be around her. She knows where she's going. This is kind of cool. Maybe I'll join for $35 and check it out. You just never know. Instead of well, let me know. Yeah, this whole thing. You don't have to just, thanks for meeting with me, but I don't know if it's for you. But no, you'd be amazing. You need to do this with me. So anyways, all right, there you go.
Well, thank you, Helen. Does anybody have any questions at all for Helen? You can pop them in the chat or unmute yourself. But, one of the things that we noticed over the last 8 weeks that we've been doing this challenge is that we've had a lot of challenges that have happened. You know, that it's summertime, everybody's got their reasons and their stories, right? But these have been great because as people are watching them, they're hearing from different people, getting different perspectives, because everyone has belief, but sometimes it's slightly different in how they talk through it. And last week, you know, I came back just, I mean, my belief was filled, right? I mean, I was overflowing with just belief in everything about all 4 pillars. And I think everybody who's on this call got to hear mine because I was like overflowing with it. And that's what we need to remember to be, is that excitement, that passion that got us excited in the beginning. We don't ever want to let that fade. And so whatever we've got to do to keep that, you know, pile filled with just everything that can be possibly of belief, we've got to continue to do, whether it's affirmations, whether it's listening to different calls, whether it's just getting on the phone with our upline and really just being encouraged. We all go through challenges. We've all been there. The difference is those who've gone through challenges, we realize they're here for a small season and then we move on, right? We always go up and down in this business. You know, I've been in sales my whole life, so I've always been up and down. I mean, if I didn't like roller coasters, I wouldn't be still doing sales in my full-time job and in Plexus, right? I'd be crazy. But you've got to realize that those times do happen and it's okay. But just keep that belief strong and keep it filled to the core, and you will definitely not struggle when there's challenges. You will persevere, and you will be just like you were talking about with you and Sonia. There have been so many challenges that have happened. I mean, when you talk about the people who've been here from the beginning, I mean, gosh, the things that we struggle with, the lap of, you know, back office, you know, 2015 to 2016, it's nothing. It's nothing. I've been through way worse back office transitions in my business.
It's all perspective, you know, and 10 years from now, we'll all be like laughing to the bank and just going, oh my gosh, remember when we had, you know, didn't even have this in our back office, or our back office wasn't working, you know, all this stuff. It's like, you know, we are just so blessed, and just to have that attitude of gratitude daily, and that we even know about this company, we're in this company. And I know you guys can say, oh, well, you're a diamond, you can say that. No, you know, I mean, sellers are just coming to me with tears. This has been life-changing for them. And when you stay in action all the time, and you're around ambassadors, and you're around excitement and growth, and you just kind of marinate in this whole thing daily, affirmate everything, reading personal growth books, like you cannot help but grow in your belief. And if some days you have to borrow it from somebody, great, well, whatever you have to do, but stay in that mindset of, I know where I'm going. I know I have the best opportunity. I'm amazing. You know, I did a whole video on working from your strengths and not your weaknesses, and really just capitalizing on that. We talked about that last week in the Jewel training, and how important that is, you know. And like, I go back to, we as women, we are so quick to beat ourselves up. And when I ask people, what are your strengths? Most of them don't even want to tell me. They can't think of them, but then they feel weird saying them. It's like, if you can't talk about what your strengths are, how are you going to be a great ambassador and be confident to build a team and become a jewel? You have to realize it's not bragging. I mean, God didn't make a mistake. He gave you amazing gifts. And what a great vehicle called Plexus to be able to show the world your gifts and give permission to other people then to capitalize on their gifts and grow from there. And so it's just such an amazing industry, and we just have to really never take it for granted, but tell ourselves every day, I deserve it, I'm worthy, I have so much to offer, and you know, it's the best gig going. So
exactly. Well, thank you so much, Helen. I appreciate your time this evening and speaking to us on belief. And everyone, have a wonderful evening. That's the end of our call. Take care. Have a great night, everyone.